Hi guys, welcome back. So unfortunately it's bad news today. Just got the statement from the RFU that London Irish have indeed been suspended from the Premiership or from any league next season. They had to show by today to the RFU that the new buyer consortium had the funds to buy the club. The current owner wants to sell. Now, it was either that or the current owner had to say yes, they could fund the payroll for May and for next season. And it looks like none of that's happened. Plus, they've been served a winding up petition over unpaid tax. So it's a right mess and it's just been too much. So we've got another famous club. Looks like they're out of the Premiership, possibly for good. So let's have a look at this statement. So first of all, they confirm that the club is not able to participate in any league next season. Of course, Worcester and Wasp wanted to drop down to the Championship and that didn't happen for them and it's not happening for London Irish. The RFU Financial Viability Group, they did give them that extra week and it's still not happening, so you can't just keep giving them extensions. They have to make a decision. They can't pay the staff and players, so it's over. And, we'll talk about the staff and players. It's an absolute tragedy, first and foremost, for them because it is their livelihoods. The decision was taken after 6 months of talks to take over the club had failed to materialise. It's been going on for a long time and they need certainty. The move also provides clarity to other clubs and prevents a situation where the club goes into administration part of the way through the season, which we've had, of course. That's an absolute disaster. So, they're confirming it now. They are not participating next year. So we've got a 10-team Premiership, which kind of ironically is possibly what the Premiership wanted, but not this way, of course. So that's sad. 3 clubs, going essentially, disappearing. So sad. And hopefully no more. But, there are other clubs with debts who've had to have cash injections. Leicester, Exeter, even the big boys have trouble. So, plenty to sort out in the Premiership. Hopefully this is the last one to go, if you like. The RFU Premiership Rugby and the RPA has been in regular dialogue with the club to support a takeover. They wanted this to happen, of course. Today, the 3 organisations have announced that they have launched a hardship fund for players and staff. Okay, that's great, who are in need of financial support. So really, really good to hear there. Of course, players and staff now will be scrabbling around trying to get a new club. Obviously, most clubs have done their recruitment, so that's really, really hard. And if they do get a club, it could be at a worse deal because, clubs have done most of their work, if you like, their recruitment. So that's really sad. Plus, we'll probably see more players either just stop playing professionally or move abroad, of course, so you'll lose talent from England. No, it's not a good situation all around. We've heard some rumours that some clubs like Bath want to snap up their young talent, which of course they would, but not everyone is going to get a club and not everyone a good deal. Anyway, then we have a quote from Bill Sweeney saying it's really sad. Of course it is. Fans, absolutely sad for fans. We'll talk about them in a minute. Okay, I've read through the other quotes from the RFU board, from Premiership Rugby, from the RPA, and they're basically saying we need to restructure. We're working on restructuring the league. It needs to be financially viable, and they're working on it. So hopefully they'll come up with something. I mean, is it time for some sort of centralised model? That's the question that keeps coming up. Let me know what you think. Is it just more oversight that's needed like they do in France? Is this current model workable? Is now it's 10 clubs, it's going to sort itself out because it's less clubs? I don't know, but either way, it's just really, really sad. So that was the statement there. And indeed, the UK government even has appointed a financial advisor to the RFU. So things need to change. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Hopefully this is the last big club to go down. I mean, certainly at the moment, investors are not looking at rugby as a viable investment like they do for football, if you like. So Wasp, Worcester have already fallen off the edge, and it looks like London Irish have as well. It looks like they're probably going to have to do what Wasps and Worcester have to do, which is start again on the pyramid. Now, I'm guessing what London Irish would do is essentially they would disappear, but London Irish Amateur or London Irish Wild Geese do exist as a separate entity, and they're at level 6. Now, I've come across them plenty playing and coaching, and they're a fantastic team, a fantastic amateur setup. They've moved to Hazelwood, the professional training ground that was of London Irish, of course, and it looks like that is safe. They can stay there. I read a little bit about it. There's a lease for community use. They've signed it. It looks like London Irish Amateur can stay there. They don't have to sell the ground or anything, so that's fantastic. And maybe if you're a fan of London Irish, the professional team, get behind London Irish Wild Geese, London Irish Amateur. They're a great family club. You know, from personal experience, it's a really good outfit. Loads and loads of teams to get involved in if you want to play, of course. Plus, you can support a decent level. And maybe with that extra support, one day they can climb back to the top ranks. But for all intents and purposes, London Irish are kind of out of the pro game, you know, possibly for good, certainly for a long time. And finally, do let me know what you think should happen to the league, the structure. Should there be central contracts? Love to know your thoughts. It's very sad times for English rugby, and I'll catch you next time.